Hello, today is Monday, December 17th, 2018. My name is Daniel Mullaney, and I am filming a video source inspection for SciTech Process Solutions. Today, we'll be viewing a fully refurbished 8300S double-stack semi-tool S-model SRD. Our customer is located in California, and their PO number is 2037483. The serial number that we've assigned to this tool is SRD-01096. I will get the process going and then discuss the tool and its configuration while it runs. So this customer purchased custom Teflon cassettes and is running 300 millimeter wafers. This cassette has a max of 26 slots, and our customer will be running 24 at a time. All right. So as I mentioned in the beginning, this tool is a double stack 8300S. That means it is an S model which has a brushless motor powered by a servo amp, and it is a double stack configuration with a 15-inch bowl opening. The 15-inch bowl opening has a maximum substrate size of 300 millimeters. This can be configured in a couple different ways. This customer uses the low profile cassette inside of here. I have programmed in a recipe that is similar to our customers. This is going to be a 400 RPM rinse followed by our purge and dry. That's going to be at 1000 RPM to start. The customer's actual full dry time is longer than we're going to be demonstrating today, but the full dry time that they use will be a little bit long for a full source inspection, so we cut it down to a point where we're still going to have dry wafers, but we can make this video go a little bit more smoothly. This tool has 102 controllers. The 102 controllers are capable of holding up to 9 process recipes with 9 steps. Each step can be fully customized, whether you're rinsing, drying, using your anti-static, your RPM, your time. Any of those features can be programmed to any customization. So right here we are in our 1000 RPM dry 1. And we have about 2 minutes left of this guy, or sorry, 150 seconds left of this guy. This tool is equipped with all 3 of the options for an SRD. That would be resistivity, anti-static, and DI recirculation. The resistivity probe is here in the back drain box. The recirculation comes back from the back of the tool and returns to the drain box here. And the anti-static unit is located inside the chamber and will operate during the second dry cycle. Okay, now we have about 2 minutes left. Every tool refurbished by SciTech is going to go through the same extensive rebuild process. First, we'll take an SRD and we'll break it down to the component level. From there, we're going to individually inspect all components for function. We're going to chemically clean, electro-polish all metal parts, and we're going to identify and replace poly as needed to ensure that the tool has a like-new finish. Once all the parts have been prepped, we will build up the single head assemblies by themselves. Once the single head assemblies are built up, they will then go through a set of quality control where we're going to inspect the entire head as a whole. We're going to be ensuring that all the electronics work properly, that the tool is spaced properly, and it is completely labeled and prepped for the installation into the double stack which you see in front of you. However, before moving into the double stack configuration, we're also going to wet test our tool. That means that we're going to hook it up to full facilities and run the tool to exercise the valves and ensure that there is no leaking. Once the tool goes through wet test, we will configure it to the final purchase tool. In this circumstance, that is a double stack SRD. That final purchase could be a single stack unit or a tabletop unit. Once configured into the freshly cut poly, we will then send the tool through several more process runs to exercise it entirely while also using our customer's preferred recipe to ensure that it is ready for plug and play when it arrives at your facility. Okay, we got about 5 more seconds left in dry 1, and then we're going to be jumping into dry 2. Oh, and I actually misspoke a little bit here. When we were doing our exercising of the tool earlier, we had it programmed to the shorter recipe that I described in the beginning. As it turns out, that recipe is now been programmed out of it, and we're using the customer's recipe. So this video will be a little bit longer on this top head assembly here. We have about 380 seconds right here of dry time at 500 RPM before this cycle will be complete. In the meantime, what I will do is I will program the bottom controller to reduce some of that dry time so we can help this video source inspection go a little bit more quickly, and it will give you an opportunity to see how the controller is programmed as well. So I will go ahead, and you need a programming key in order to do this. We will insert it into this, let's see here, there we go. And you turn the key to essentially allowing the programming to happen. And now we're going to first select what we want to modify here. So the first step at 400 RPMs of rinse is fine. What I'd like to do is change step 2. Well, we have 10 seconds of purge, that's fine. Step 3, 200 seconds at 1000 RPM. And step 4, 410 seconds at 500 RPM. So we could really reduce these two a little bit. I'd like to keep that the same, actually, 200 seconds, because these are large substrates. We're going to want to make sure there's enough time to actually sling the majority of the water off of these large substrates. But this dry 2 time is a little bit longer than we'll need. I'll be able to bring this guy down by about 150 seconds, save us a couple minutes here. Let's go 330. And then if I were to want to change what's actually happening during these steps, you notice that the digit is jumping over. Now we're down here. So even, excuse me, even though we're in dry, I could, for example, turn on rinse. Now there's going to be a rinse during this dry step. There we go. Oh, you turn the negative to turn it off. So now, as you can see, there's no longer rinse. I've already come over to another example, purge manifold. Turning on purge manifold. Now that would happen. Now we only want to do that during purge, so we'll go ahead and turn that off. So this controller has now been programmed to my liking, and I will go ahead and set it into run mode. So now the controller has been locked and would only be able to run the recipes that have already been designed. In addition to selling like-new spin rinse dryers, Scitech also provides a variety of other equipment to the standard front-end fab. Such tools are box washers like the Floorware HTC 8010, 8020, and 8030 systems, all sold with customizable racks for your boxes, cassettes, or any other part you'd like to wash. We also provide refurbished mask cleaners for washing masks really up to any size that the chamber of the mask cleaner that we have available will wash, but we build them up to masks for up to 300 millimeter. Those mask cleaners are also retrofittable to use wafer cleaning, and you can include high pressure wash, surfactant dispense, brush scrub, sometimes solvent dispenses, and they will all dry using the spinning chuck with DI blow-off and an N2 heat lamp. We also provide a variety of metrology tools, such as 10-core particle counters, 10-core profilometers, DECTAC profilometers, Rudolph or Gertner ellipsometers, non-contact resistivity tools like an M-gauge, and a variety of other metrology systems. We also provide photoresist pumps and photoresist pump repairs as a service. This would be for Cybor, Millipore, and IDI photo pumps. We provide a variety of microscopes, such as Nikon, Olympus, and lights, with blind field, dark field, reflected or transmitted camera setups, displays, with tri-knock heads, and a variety of objectives to meet your needs. For our full product listing, please visit our website at www.scitechprocess.com. All right, we got 80 seconds left more of dry time on this top head. I'm just taking a look inside the chamber here, and I see one drop of water left on the window, but the entire chamber is totally dry, and that's why I programmed out some of that time for this bottom head source inspection. As you can see in our final test area, here we have another SRD that is being prepared for shipment. This SRD is also a double stack, but it is only capable of running up to 6-inch substrates. It also has the 101 controller on it, which is a single recipe controller that is pre-programmed to have a rinse, purge, dry, dry configuration, and is a little more straightforward to use. That tool is fully refurbished and will be ready for a video source inspection today as well. Okay, down to our last 17 seconds here before we'll be able to inspect the wafer and substrates and migrate down to our bottom head. This customer did purchase 2 custom cassettes with this job. However, we only have enough 300mm substrates to run one head at a time, so we're going to be just running in the bottom one. But this cassette does fit just the same. And these cassettes are cross-compatible from one system or from one head to the other. Okay, once this guy ramps down to 25 RPM, the rotor stop positioner will fire, uprighting the rotor and allow us to finish the cycle. Okay, now we're taking a look inside the chamber. I'm going to put my hand in to feel the hot N2 blowing. That's good to see. This tool had a successful process run. Now go ahead and pull it out. Best way to handle this, guy, is to pull it out part way, then to reach to the sides to support it and pull it out. It's not too heavy, but 300mm is always a little bit more difficult to handle than a 6-inch cassette. Okay, now we're going to move into the bottom head. There we go. We're good to close the top. And now we're going to start this process run. Last year, Scitech has also released a new product to the semiconductor market. This would be our digital touchscreen controller that is a plug-and-play replacement to the 101. I wish I had one complete right here to show, but I do have one here that is halfway through being built. As you can see, it is a touchscreen controller that is a plug-and-play to the 101 controller right here. It is directly retrofittable, and like I said, plug and play. You simply slide out your 101 controller and slide this in. If you have 102 controllers like this tool has, it is also retrofittable. We need to cut new poly face plates and modify the mounting with a poly plate, but within an hour you can retrofit this tool to handle this controller as well. The other issue on the 102 is that they have different pinouts, but we provide a pinout adapter for the controller to match the SRD. Our new Slick Device controller has many benefits over the existing controllers. First, it has the process benefit of monitoring the N2 heater element and the anti-static unit. The current controllers do not monitor the N2 heater's function or the anti-static unit, and allows for failed process runs to happen without the operator's knowledge. Another major benefit that it provides is a cost benefit by reducing the N2 purge that is currently wasted on the standard SRD configuration. The standard SRD is going to be purging 1.35 cubic feet per minute at all times in idle, and our controller, without any hardware modifications, will reduce that down to 0.35. Lastly, it provides a friendly maintenance benefit and allows troubleshooting of the SRD in a much easier fashion than currently available. Currently with the SRD, in order to run manual mode runs and actuate solenoids, it requires either having an input-output 1-0 mapping diagram that you try to use against the 101, or you have to manually actuate the solenoids inside the tool, and which can be difficult when these tools are frequently sandwiched between other ones and hard plumbed with the drain. So our controller allows a friendly maintenance screen where you can simply enter the type of troubleshooting that you like to do, whether that's going to be actuating solenoid valves, checking the voltage and the amperage consumption of your electrical components, or running the motor, or checking the resistivity probe. And you can simply enter that screen and use buttons on the touchscreen controller to actuate any of the items on the SRD. This really reduces the total troubleshooting time, and it can often allow one person to do the troubleshooting instead of two people when you're trying to manually actuate and observe at the same time. Alright, so we have 20 more seconds here in dry 1 before we'll be wrapping up, or well, proceeding to dry 2 and then wrapping up this video source inspection. Again, dry 2 is going to have about 330 seconds, so we're still going to have about 5.5 minutes to enjoy watching this SRD run away. And here we are now in our dry 2 phase. Alright, and now we've settled at our 500 RPM mark. Alright, looks like we have about 3 more minutes of dry time before this guy will be complete. Alright, we've almost made it here. Got about 15 seconds left of this bottom head before we can have a ramp down, a rotor upright, a wafer inspection, and then we will close out this video source inspection. Okay, so no more power is being sent to the motor, and we are braking. The RPM needs to ramp all the way down to 25 RPM before the rotor stop positioner will fire and upright the system. The 300 millimeter tends to take a little bit longer to ramp down than the other substrate sizes. Just got a heavy rotor and a lot of wafer. Okay. Again, I'm feeling inside. It is nice and hot for the N2. And our substrates are warm, the cassette is dry, and they are dry throughout. Again, thank you for taking the time to view our video source inspection for today. Again, my name is Daniel Mullaney, and I filmed this video with the assistance of Caitlin Yates for SciTech Process Solutions. If you'd like to get in touch with us, please visit our website at www.scitechprocess.com or give us a call at 916-797-9000, and to reach me directly, dial extension 2201. Thank you very much, and have a great day.